Okay, we're going to start with the Stratocaster, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to change a string on a Stratocaster. First thing you want to do is remove the old strings. You can do them one at a time or all at once, it doesn't really matter. But what I like to do is, if you can see this right here up at the top, this area right here, where the string attaches to the tuner, okay? I like to cut that off. It makes it a lot easier to remove it from the tuners, and it makes it 10 times easier to get through the slot at the bottom of the guitar. So I'm just going to cut this off, okay, like so, and remove that portion of the string, curly Q, okay? That will be discarded. Now, next step, remove the string from the guitar. To do that, I'll turn this around for you. I've given it a little bit of a push, and you can see how the string has popped through the floating bridge in the back. I'm going to remove the string. There you go. It's that simple. Now, this is probably a good time, once you have your strings off, to clean up the fingerboard, clean up around the pickups, get any kind of dirt and grime that might be on there, and do a little maintenance, okay? I'm not going to get into a whole lot of that right now. We'll save that for another lesson. Basically, all I want to do is show you how to change the strings. Okay. The next step is get the string out of the package. In this case, we're going with the low E. Oh, and one thing I should mention. People have asked me over the years, I've had students ask me over the years, how do I know when to change my strings? Okay? And it's different for everybody. It depends on if you store your guitars in a case. It depends on the humidity. It depends on the frequency of your playing. It depends on your body chemistry, the oils in your hands. All of those factors are part of are things you need to look at when changing your string. I use a little trick, very simple. I had an old guy show me this about 30 years ago. Take your small finger, your pinky, and rub it along the bottom of the string, like so. Okay? Now, if you get a bunch of dirt and crud on your finger, it's time to change your strings. Okay? Also, give them a visual check too. You can actually see on this guitar, the strings have begun to tarnish because my guitars are hanging all over the house. I got guitars everywhere. I got them in the living room, in the kitchen, bathroom. Acoustics are great in the bathroom. Okay. Girlfriend doesn't like it, but next step is take the string back of the guitar and insert it in the floating bridge. Okay? Like so. Now, it's going to come out the front. I'm going to pull it through, like so. All right? And lay the guitar down. Very good. Now, as you can see, they give you way more string than you need to work with. This string actually extends beyond the headstock of the guitar. Well, folks, there's not enough room on the pegs themselves to accommodate this much string, okay? So as a rule of thumb, what I like to do is on the heavier strings, okay, that don't need as much winding, what I like to do is I like to just gently tug on the string and measure up to the third tuning peg. The third tuning peg, okay? Now, that's where I want to cut the string, okay? It's very important. I'll show you this again. We've inserted the string, we've laid it out across the fingerboard of the guitar, and we've now got it up to the third peg here, and we're using that third peg to give us an idea of where to cut the string. So I'm going to cut the string right there, that third peg. So as you can see, I've actually got quite a bit of excess string here. Discard that. What's the next thing you have to do? Well, take your string, and it has to have a crimp in it. Now what I do is I just grab the string, like so, in this fashion. I take my thumb and my index finger, and I bend it down, like so. Okay. So when you're done, that's what it looks like. Back up at the top. On the Stratocasters, it's relatively simple. And it's relatively simple on the Les Pauls too, or any other guitar really for all that matter. I'm going to insert the crimp into the slot on the tuning peg, and I'm going to lay the string to the inside of the tuning peg. Now the reason why I'm doing that is when I turn the tuning peg away from me, okay, it's going to wrap on the inside of that peg. Now I'll try and get a close-up of this so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Can you see that? Good. You see how I've inserted it up at the top? Okay, good. Now, here's where this handy-dandy little tool comes in. Once you've inserted the string at the top of the peg, what you want to do is grab hold of it. See if I can hold on to it. Like so. And you need to apply a little bit of pressure. Just hold it taut so it stays in the slot on the tuning peg. And start your wind. Oh boy, I'll tell you what. I remember back in the old days when they didn't have these and you had to do it by hand, and I thought, boy oh boy, when they came out with these, my goodness, I wish I would have thought of it. And gently, gently. Now, sounds like a Z flat, doesn't it? Now that you've done that, you've changed your strings. Go through and do the same thing for each and every string.